I want to get into and ask you about how you learn about the customer, because that's so important. But before we leave the conversation about surprise, when we had our last conversation, there were things that you talked about because every company, we have to be consistent, absolutely. And we always know we have to add value and innovate. But you chose the word surprise, and that's different than saying we have to add value or innovate might be in our product line, might be in our delivery. It might be in a number of different ways. Surprise is a different entity on itself. Why did you say surprise? What is it about surprise? And then is there consistency in how you deliver surprise? That's another question too.
Maybe I share an example on a surprise because customers always, at least first time when they experience this from us, they feel that, oh, this is a surprise. And we can call innovation. It's very thin the line, but let's not use huge words like innovation because I feel a little bit, and maybe this is the other reason I'm using the word surprise, that lots of words nowadays are a bit overused. Personalization, innovation, AI tag on sometimes simple solutions which are accessible. So surprise to me is an example in our world that, as mentioned, we are very data driven. We collect lots of data. One of these data point, which is an algorithmic developed data, is the real-time risk assessment on whether the customer is prone to churn based on various attributes what we use in that algorithm. And I know that other companies are also often build this kind of algorithm and also try to utilize. But you have always the choice to utilize things in a complex way, non-personal, or saying that there are many options how we can interact with customers and surprise them and learn from them and engage them, which has sometimes no additional costs or very low costs, but are truly innovative in a sense that is unexpected. Others are not doing or is not usual, not even in our personal experience as customer with other companies. And then this is how we came to that idea. What if whenever we see these signals of customers, and in this case, I refer to the customer communication and the insights team, we use the opportunity to learn, not letting them or waiting that X% of those customers just leave us and then we try to win them back because anyways, the vast majority of the customers never complain. So we anyways have limitations whenever we try to learn through complaints exclusively or other data exclusively. So what we tried out, and very successfully, by the way, that we first just utilized few people, later on this developed to a very sizable team of outbound experts. By the way, in other companies, agents or representatives, we call them experts because they really are, and probably this is also a very good example to demonstrate why. Within the customer communication, the most experienced frontline team members, classic agents, as mentioned in other companies, to support us in this process because they know very well how to talk to these customers. We prioritized here for this trial the high lifetime value or very loyal customer group because we know them already better. So we also know how to talk to them. And giving a try to what if we approach this group of customers as our senior experts would be their account managers. So reaching them with very personalized, proactive calls and just sharing with them that, hey, we just detected, not talking obviously about algorithms, more data assessment. We just saw that recently you might experience some issues. And we are very curious to learn about your experiences, both the good and the bad, and how can we support you to ensure that this experience with us also in the future will be as good as at the very beginning, and how can we create you all those opportunities which might not be obvious to grab at the very moment. And then was really remarkable this journey also for us, how much customers have been surprised, how much they felt that and still feel that they are really valued, that their voice matters, that we are interested, and that really proactively sharing many things which were totally unknown for us oftentimes. And I think the other beauty, just apropos low cost on all of this, that we rarely need to utilize any vouchers to engage them. So they are really happy to share and engage and feeling that they are sitting at the table helping us to shape the product so that we be Marley Spoon together, which I think is a good perspective change mutually. And I think what was, of course, even more beautiful and helped a lot to size up the team and scale the team, that those customers whom we interacted with very measurably after the touch point, so after the meeting, the call, already in their first 13 weeks of further purchase upon the call, in their further journey, almost double the spend with us, regardless is not skipping a certain week in a box or just adding more to their basket. So I think they really made it tangible that they value this touch point, not just said. And I think this kind of surprise is what really, really matters mutually, both for the business, but also for the customer and for the experts who are involved.